teach them a lesson they won't soon forget.
As soon as you turn your back, out comes the dagger.
A treasure chest! Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it? A troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it. 'Tis said there is an illness pawns can contract beyond the rift that inflicts unspeakable harm on those around them. As it progresses, the pawn gradually loses all self-control and, in time, will even cease to heed the Arisen's commands.
Indeed. Well, we shall have to remain watchful, lest one of our company should start showing signs of this sickness. We are none of us alike in vocation.
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible.
During my travels beyond the rift, I learned of a cave near here that you have yet to explore. Shall I take us there?
You scared?
Thanks,
We're under attack!
Come on, have at it.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. It's our first time in this place. We would do well to be wary.
Keep stout of heart and clear of mind.
Nice armor you've got. Better on me, though.
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
No harm in picking a few. The walls are too close for comfort here. Should we encounter trouble, we would be at a disadvantage.
Let us proceed with caution. Eyes peeled, ears pricked.
Oi, hand over all the coin in your pocket.
Grant you roaring fame! Fall back, and I will heal you with my magic. Wait right there. I knew you would prevail, Master.
Let us aim for greater precision with our next attempt. Is there nothing we can do about this obstacle? If a ranged attack is needed, you can count upon my aim. Might I be of assistance?
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my specialty.
What's this? We're under attack!
This is why we must be vigilant.
Understood. Here, an enchantment of hold to freeze our foes.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer...
A crime committed here will see one confined to jail.
I've heard that jailers are paid a pittance, despite the hardships of their work.
Then a bribe might avail us, should the time come.
Can't get nary a thing to grow in that patch.
Time to be heading home.
Oh, what does this say?
Shall we take a closer look?
When does my watch end?
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Fewer monsters are to be found on the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light.
Well met. Looking to make a purchase. Hope to see you again.
Here's a welcome sight.
Wish I could go on an adventure.
a poultry repast.
But I like it here.
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me, but I must return to my rounds directly. Ah, but in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? Would you care to accompany me? As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whatever treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived. An unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine, so he was put into our care.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble.
Pray, take this.
What now?
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my rounds. Pray, stay as long as you wish. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there. Help me. Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the Gracious Hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can hardly move.
Go on, take it.
Tis good to see you.
Each of our patients deserves our...
Someone help me. Jahan? Bruno, where have you gone?
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the... None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including my Teles. She gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times, which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see. And yet... a part of me is afeared for them.
My friend is sure. My sickle's getting to be blunt as a hammer. Someone smells like this place at all.
Oh, I can't find a silver stone anywhere. Oh, just look how it shines. Thank you. Say, aren't you curious who I want to meet? Well, I'll tell you. My mother and father. I don't even know what they look like, you know. Not to say I'm unhappy at the Gracious Hand, of course. But I'd really like to meet them. I want to tell them how grateful I am that they gave me life. Oh, it's so shiny. Oh, hi, Arisen.
Miss Daphne seemed pleased with our efforts. Mayhap we ought to pay her another visit sometime soon.
I quite agree.
What now?
Devoted to humble prayer.
What am I supposed to do?
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. Mayhap that's the source of the... And none save the abbess can enter? If the Gracious Hand has a secret, 'tis the abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. You've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the abbess's doing. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, see, I've already reported my suspicions to the Sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you so I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need. If it exists to be found.
To get to the bottom of what is happening at the Gracious Hand, we shall have to acquire evidence of any misdeeds.
Right you are.